everyone, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Femke from Fame to the Fiction on Instagram and Bookish Buddies over on Twitter. And today I come back to you in true Femke style with a book haul. So it has been a long while, and I know that. I will not be going into any details in this video, I guess, but today is hopefully going to be the day that I am truly back. I have plans. Today I will be filming multiple videos that should be coming to you over a little period of time. But since we all me and I have no impulse control, I figured what better way to come back to you, to BookTube, than a book haul. I'm going to call this the April book haul, which is not necessarily completely accurate. These are just the books that I kind of remember getting in the last couple of weeks. I do intend for this to become kind of like a regular thing, maybe not monthly, but maybe bi-monthly or something like that. But so far, I mean, I have a bunch of special editions here that I just received this month, as well as all the books that I ordered from Amazon like 2 weeks ago, because I was browsing and I saw a lot of cheap books and I bought them. So that is this book haul. And without further ado, let's get into the books. Right. So I have all of my books here on this trusty TBR card. You can only see the top level, but the second level is also full. So we are probably going to be here for a little while. These books are in no particular order. I will tell you where they came from, but I just stacked them all up. Basically, top layer is hardbacks, bottom layer is paperbacks. So yeah. And with that, the first book is Watch Hollow by Gregory Finaro, which is the second. Well, this is actually called Watch Hollow, The Alchemist's Shadow, which is the second book to Watch Hollow. This is a middle grade book, of which I really enjoyed the first book, so I really wanted to get the second one. This is a pretty thin book, so I hope to be able to just smash through a bunch of these middle grades that I have here in the near future. I really enjoyed the first book. That one was gifted to me by Anya. So I just want to thank Anya for putting this on my radar, and I hope to be able to continue this in the near future. Then up next we have Dead Voices by Catherine Arden, which is the sequel to Small Spaces. I received Small Spaces in my book advent calendar that Esmay curated for me. I haven't read it, mind you, but again, this was pretty cheap, so I figured might as well buy this now. Then we have A Prayer for the Crowned Shy by Becky Chambers, which is the second book in the Monk and Robot series, duology. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. I really enjoyed the first one, which is A Psalm for the Wild Built. It's very cozy, very wholesome. Again, it's a novella, it's very short, but this is just... it's really a slice of life kind of book. It doesn't have a spectacular plot or anything, but I just really enjoy kind of like the philosophical questions in these books. And so I'm really excited for this one as well. Also, if this video is a bit awkward at times, it's just because I really need to get back into the swing of filming because it's been so long, so I apologize for that. Then up next we have A Memory Called Empire and A Desolation Called Peace by Arcady Martin in the Broken Binding edition. So these have the gorgeous stencil sprayed edges. Yeah, I don't know. I ordered the second book like a while ago because it was on sale, and then I just didn't really buy the first book, but then Broken Binding were doing their special edition, so I ordered these because I have no impulse control, which is why we're here in this video. Then we have Atalanta by Jennifer Saint, which is the kind of like third book in her Greek mythology retellings. The other two are Ariadne and Electra. And so yeah, this is the third one. It's kind of special. It's signed by the author. And I haven't really got a clue what this is about. I just know I really like the look of the books and the reviews are pretty good, but I have no clue what they're about. Then we have Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. Now, the books that I read by Adrienne Young were like Sky in the Deep, Fable, and Namesake. I really enjoyed those three, so I'm really quite excited for this. I believe this is her first adult book, I want to say. But don't quote me on that. I just know I'm really intrigued by this cover. I think it's super pretty. But beside that, I don't really know much more. Then up next, we have Infinity Gate by M.R. Carey, which was the first book of the Inkstone Books subscriptions. Inkstone Books is the subscription service run by the person who was previously running the Goldsboro Science Fiction and Fantasy Fellowship subscription. Mind you, I have cancelled both of those by now, mostly because I felt like I've changed in the sense that I would prefer to spend that money on multiple books instead of just the one. Plus, like with Goldsboro, there was a lot of history, a lot of stuff happening, and I just didn't really care anymore. And with this one, this is the first pick, and then there's also like the second pick. I wasn't too fussed about it. I will be getting that in May, I think. But yeah, I haven't waited for the announcement of the third, but I don't know. I wasn't really fussed by it, so I decided to cancel. I love the orange sprayed edges though, and I'm curious about this book. Then up next we have The Jaguar Path by Anna Stevens, which is the sequel to The Stone Knife, I think. Yeah, again, I don't really know what these are about, but this was for a matching number at Goldsboro, so I decided to get it so I would at least have matching numbers if I ever do decide to sell, you know, higher market value, hopefully. Then we have The Tyranny of Faith by Richard Swan, which is the sequel to give me a second, The Justice of Kings. That was it. Honestly, this is the same story as with The Jaguar Path. Don't really know what it is about, but it is the sequel and I got a chance to get a matching copy, so I did. Also, sprayed edges. So that's 1 of 4 stacks down. Let's move on. So the first book of the second stack is The Secrets of Winterhouse by Ben Gutcherson. I read the first one a while ago with Sasha's Patreon pack. I really enjoyed it. They kind of immediately did like a read-along for the other 2 books, which I didn't participate in, but I still wanted to read it, so I just decided to get it. And what I really like about this book is, like, I don't know if you can see it like this, but like it has these cutouts in the cover so that like if you open it, you can see the interior of the house. I have heard from multiple people that they didn't like this one quite as much as the first one, but I'm just excited to see that for myself. Then we have Hide by Kirsten White, which is a horror book about a game of hide and seek. I don't know much more than that. This is pretty short. Again, it says 14 competitors, 7 days, everywhere to hide but nowhere to run. So I don't know, this sounds quite creepy. And I think this is quite a new release as well, so I'm excited to read this because I have been delving more and more into horror lately. While I haven't completely like found my niche yet, I feel like I have read a couple of books that I really enjoyed, so hopefully this will be one of them. Then we have The Art of Prophecy by Wesley Chu, which is a special edition from Waterstones. Again, I don't really know what this is about. I just know that I saw a bunch of like book boxes and everything do special editions of these. And then I saw this one and I just was like, this is pretty, let's buy it. Up next we have 2 monsters, and I'm not sure I can hold them up at the same time, but I'm going to try. But these are Priory of the Orange Tree and what's it called? A Day of Fallen Night in the Broken Binding special edition with these gorgeous sprayed edges. I'm just going to put them down. I'm going to show you one by one because this has gorgeous art on the like naked cover as well as a quote on the spine, print on the back, and then it has these gorgeous end pages. And it's the same for A Day of Fallen Night. It has embossing a quote on the spine, embossing on the back, and gorgeous end pages as well. So I already actually owned a copy of Priory of the Orange Tree, but when I got the opportunity to buy this gorgeous set, I was not going to pass it up. I think we can all see why. But yeah, these are pretty and heavy, so there's that. Then we have The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi by S.H. Chakraborty, who is the author of the Daevabad trilogy, which is one of my favorite series of all time. This is her newest release about it's something about pirates. Lots of things. I don't know. It's cool. This is the Waterstones edition, which is very pretty. Look at the shiny. So up next, once again, are two chunky books, and these are An Echo of Things to Come and The Light of All That Falls. I don't know which one is book 2 and which one is book 3. And these are by James Islington. I don't know how to pronounce it. And these were the, I want to say, October and November books of the Broken Binding subscription. Not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. But there was an issue with my payment and it got delayed, and then Royal Mail strikes and well, whatever. But they finally got here. But again, I don't know which one is book 2 and which one is book 3 because it doesn't say that. But I have the trilogy complete now. So that was actually already stack 2, which went pretty quickly because there were a lot of big books on there. Now, let's move the other 2 stacks on top. Ta-da! Books moved on top. Yeah, let's just continue. So these are the paperbacks that I got. Most of these will be middle grade books. I don't know why, but they had a lot of great deals on Amazon for these middle grade books. So I got a few. Right. Let's just start with these 2. These are The Puffin Portal and The Raven Riddle by Vashti Hardy. Let me just show them a little bit closer. These are super, super tiny books, but these are the sequels to The Griffin Gate, which I also got from Esmay in my advent calendar. And that one was very cute. I really loved reading that. So I was excited to see that they had these 2 for a good price as well. So I can continue that series. Then up next, I have the 3 books of the Uncommoners series by Jennifer Bell. So the first one is The Crooked Sixpence. Then the second one is The Smoking Hourglass. And the third one is The Frozen Telescope. Now, I don't know exactly which one is 1, 2, and... I know this one is the first one, but I don't know which one is the second and which one is the third. But when we were in London for Yelk last year, Sasha recommended these to me, or at least the first one. But I chose not to buy that one then because of multiple reasons. But yeah, like I said, these were on sale now, so I just decided to get all 3 of them because they sound amazing. Then I got the first 3 books in the After School Detective Club by Mark Dawson, which is The Case of the Smuggler's Curse, The Secret of Ragnar's Gold, and The Mystery in the Marshes. I've been loving these kind of like mystery type books lately. Also, like Agatha Christie murder mysteries, all that. So when I saw these, I'd actually never heard of these before, but when I saw these, it was like they sounded so good. So I just got all 3 that were out. There is a 4th one coming, I believe, but I think that one comes out in like August, so I didn't order it yet. Then we have The Mapmakers by Tamsin Merchant, which is the sequel to The Hatmakers. I've had The Hatmakers for a little while, and I haven't read it yet. Are we even surprised at this point? let's be honest, we're not. But yeah, this one was, I think it was like €3 or something, maybe 4. So I was like, I'm not going to let this deal pass me by. So I got it. So then I got The Secret of Whitestone Gate by Julian Noble, which is the sequel to The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane. I have heard people say that at least the first one is really amazing. And again, this one was quite cheap, so I decided to just get it already so that if I read the first one, I can immediately continue with the second one if I want to. And then we have the first book in the Adventures on Train series by M.G. Leonard and Sam Sedgman. This is The Highland Falcon Thief. I mostly heard about this series from Jade, from JD Ray Reads. She was reading one of these books, one of the series, in one of her vlogs, and she recommended these books. She quite liked them, so I just decided to get the first one. All right, 3 stacks down, 1 to go. Let's go. Then I got Magic Born by Peter Bunzel. I literally know nothing about this book, except for that it was cheap. So here we are. It is pretty though. Then we have one which is not a middle grade, and I saw this and it sounded so much fun, so I got A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. I have been enjoying romance more and more, and this one just sounded amazing, kind of like contemporary romance with a dash of fantasy thrown in. So yeah, I really felt like I just needed to have this. Then we have The 5-Year Plan by Carla Burgess. Again, this was super cheap. So that is honestly the primary reason I bought this. But like I said, I have been enjoying romance more and more, so I just wanted to try it and see if I like this. Then we have The Armored Saint and The Queen of Crows by Mike Cole. So these are the first 2 books in the series we are reading for the Read-Along Queens right now. They are very short. We just felt like we needed a little break, or well, not really a break, but just something small. And that's why we went for this. All I know about this is that it has something to do with portals to hell and all that. I mean, we are nearly at the end of April, and I haven't read it. I haven't even started it, so I probably should, because that was one of my resolutions for this year, to read book club books in a more timely manner, so there's that. Then I got The Vanishing of Evelyn Jones by Phil Hicks, which is the 3rd book in the Evelyn Jones series, I want to say. After The Haunting of Evelyn Jones and The Bewitching of Evelyn Jones. I don't know too much about this series, except for that, you know, in Sasha's Patreon, this book was really well liked by a lot of people, so that was enough reason for me. Then we have The House at the End of Magic by Amy Sparks. Again, I've heard a lot of great things about this. Still don't quite know what it is about, but it was inexpensive, so I bought it. Then we have like the first book of the Adventurers series by Gemma Hatt. This is The Adventurers and the Cursed Castle. Apparently this is a self-published title. I was not aware. It sounds really interesting. I believe there are more books in this series as well, so if I like this, I will probably purchase the next ones as well. Then we have The Last Firefox by Lee Newberry. Yeah, I don't really know what this is about, but it was cheap and it's a middle grade and it has a fox, and foxes are cute, so I bought it. Then we have books 3 and 4 in the Starfell series by Dominique Valente. This is Starfell, Willow Moss and the Vanished Kingdom, and Willow Moss and the Magic Thief. I really, really, really enjoyed the first 2 books, so when I saw these at a bookstore in Amsterdam, I decided to buy these so I could continue the series. Then we have Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Again, this was one of the books that Sasha recommended to me in London, but I didn't end up getting it then, but I just decided to get it now. And then finally for this book haul, we have Waking Gods by Sylvain Neuvel, which is the sequel to Sleeping Giants. Sleeping Giants was one of the advent calendar books Esmay got me. But I haven't read it, but the writing style is supposed to be very interesting. It's told through files and interviews and that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited for this. So there you have it. Those were all of the books that I bought / received lately, I want to say. I don't really know what time period this specifically was. Yeah, I do plan on keeping up with this now. So you should be seeing one more regularly, smaller book hauls more regularly. But yeah, like I said, those were all the books. I haven't counted them. I'm not quite sure how many they were. But if you see any books here that you read that you would recommend, please let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you want to. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!